Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee, and welcome to this card making paper crafting tutorial. This is the card I'm making today, featuring the Thankful Garden stamp set and matching dies from Stampin' Up. Isn't it gorgeous? And there's a lovely floral stamped, and then it's coloured using the matching layering stencils, which I absolutely adore. And then I paired it with this lovely pattern paper and this lovely frame and sentiment to create this really bold and spectacular card. So let me show you how I made it. We're going to start off by doing some stamping. Let me show you the stamp set. It's this one called Thankful Garden, and you've got here this lovely hydrangea, and then you've got this other floral image, and you've got some lovely sentiments and other little bits and bobs that you can use. I'm just going to use this one image today. I've got it set up here in my stamping tool, and I'm going to stamp in Memento Tuxedo Black. And I have done another card showing how I use the hydrangea stamp. And I'm going to be doing a few more cards with this as well, showing how you can, the versatility of these wonderful stencils. So let's just stamp this down. That's fine. Give this a little clean so we can take it out the stamping tool. Okay. And take this out of here. I've got a grip mat in there so that it can stay stuck really nicely. And then let's put this back in its little home before it wanders off. Right. We're ready to do some stenciling. So let's take our piece here, and I'm going to just hold it down to my grid paper here with some post-it note tape. And I use this post-it note tape time and time again, as you can tell here. And then I'm going to get the matching stencils. There's 5 of them here. And they're all labelled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll see the here I should say, you'll see at the very top here there's a notch. Don't know if you can see that. There you go, there's a notch, and it also says 1, and this notch is going to help us line everything up really easily. Okay, so now we want to line this up with our flower. You can see how easy this lines up. Now I'm going to hold this down, and I'm going to use some more post-it note tape. So let's get some more of that out here. Put a piece down there. And let's get another bit down. Let's get this piece down here so it's not going anywhere. Now I'm going to use my pencil and make a mark where that notch is, and this is going to help us line up all the future layers really simply. So I'm going to use the same colour as I did before. So I've got Granny Apple Green and Lemon Lime Twist for my leaves, and then for my top I've got Lemon Lolly and Daffodil Delight, and I also have got a new in colour Darling Duckling. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that one again, but I'm certainly going to use these two. So let's start off with our Lemon Lolly. And I'm just going to use the same blending brush for everything. I have one blending brush for the yellows, one for the oranges, one for the pinks, one for the reds. You get the picture. You know, I don't have one for every single of our colours. I'd be here all day if I did that. And I do apologise for the screen looking a little weird. My camera's doing something funny. It just seems to, I don't know if it's been knocked or something's happened, but it's not straight. I tried to straighten it, but it didn't want to straighten straight away. And I really wanted to get these things filmed, so I really apologise if things look a little bit crooked on the camera. So I'm just going to put down a first layer there of Lemon Lolly. There we go. So pretty. Okay. So remove the stencil, and these stencils wash up beautifully. Just run them under a tap and they're clean again. Really simple. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so let's look for number 2. They're all labelled. This is number 2. There's the notch. So if we line it up to that notch, you can see how easily that helps us line up our stencil again. Look at that. So simple. And then let's put this back down there. And now we're going to go in with a deeper colour, so I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. It's a lovely daffodil colour, lovely yellow daffodil colour. And daffodils this year in Lincoln have been absolutely glorious. They've really flowered their little hearts out. They've been everywhere. We've had white daffodils and the yellow daffodils, and had them in the garden front and back, and they've been all along the grass verges and in the greens and of all the villages. They've absolutely made a glorious display this year. Been such a treat to watch them. Okay, so there we go with our next colour. Isn't that lovely? Now I'm not sure if I'm going to go in with that with my daffodil, with my Darling Duckling. I think I'm going to go in again with Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to show you here that you don't need to have tons of colours to be able to layer up. So let's go in again with that notch, and this again will help us layer everything up just nicely. So it's just, there we go, that looks good. I'm going to go in again with my Daffodil Delight and just darken up some areas. And I'm going to go into a really heavy hand this time, as opposed to before. Okay, look at that, isn't it lovely? And you can see here you just get the different shadings, so pretty. So you don't even have to have lots of different colours, you can just deepen with one colour like that. So that's our floral bit done. Now we'll move on to our leaves. So the next colour we're going to use is Lemon Lime Twist. So let me get out my green blending tool. So we've done number 1, number 2, number 3. So we're looking for number 4. I don't keep them, I should keep them in order, but you know, when you finish washing them, you just bung them back in, and whatever order they are, they are. Well, that's me anyway. So there we go. So I'm going to put this down again, put this down here, and I'm going to go in with a Lemon Lime Twist. And I do love layering stencils. I was so happy when Stampin' Up first brought these out, because they just make colouring so simple and anyone can produce beautiful cards. And that's what we want. We want people to enjoy being creative by being happy with the results that they get. I think if you start to feel that you can't do it and too frustrated at times, you will stop. And you know, as you get better, you'll be able to colour yourself, and you maybe won't want to use stencils, or you still use stencils when you want to do something quick and fast, but it gives you that lovely versatility. And there's so much stuff you can do with stencils. You don't have to just stick with doing as I'm doing now. You can use the stencils on their own. You could put embossing powder through these stencils. There are so many things you can do with them. And I will be showing you some more of those tips and tricks in further videos. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I do. So I'm going to put just a little bit more green down for my last layer. There we go. I think that's nice. That looks good to me. Yeah, it'll be fine. You could have it a bigger effect or with a little effect. So that was number 5 that we've put down. I'm not sure if I want to go back in again. I think I do, you know. So I'm going to just go back in again and go down with an even that's it. Just a bit of a harder hand. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so these post-it note tapes will get reused yet again for the umpteenth time. I just keep them here on the front of the drawer next to me. Let's close up this ink bag before we have a disaster. And I will show you the matching dies. And I just keep my stencils in just one of these little plastic pockets. And let me get out the matching dies. Where are they? Here they are. So this is the matching dies that I will use to cut out this image. And I'm going to cut out my little frame from this, the framed scenes dies. And I'm going to do all of that, and then I'll see you back. Okay, so everything is cut out now. So let's start to assemble our card. Our card is going to be card bases, thick basic white. So that's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. Then I've got a piece here of designer series paper. And this is the Full of Life designer series paper. And this measures 14.35 centimetres by 10. And you could use both sides, but I really like this side. Just it's gorgeous. Okay, so let's get our frame here. And I want to pop our frame up. So I'm going to use some of our, what do you call this stuff? Oh dear. Foam strips, that's it. To pop it up. So let's put that down there, and then we need some for along here. And this is not a shaker card, so you don't have to worry about it being there being any gaps. It's just purely to give it dimension, and it's easier to use this than to use dimensionals. Okay, so get rid of that. Just give it a press down, and then I'm going to take the backings off. You could also use the edges of your dimensionals. Those work well as well. But I do love the dimension these strips give. So let's center this on our card. Roughly around there will do nicely. Give it a good press down. Now I'm going to place my thing here, and I want it to look as if it's coming out of the frame. So I'm going to cut a little bit off the base here of my stem, just like that. Okay, so here in the center I want to put some dimensionals. I'll use what I've got here. I've got some edges. I'm going to use everything up. There we go. I can always add a bit more later if I need to, but I just want to give it some dimension in the center. So I'm going to take this brand new sheet of dimensionals. There we go, first one used. I'm going to have this coming out of here, and I just want to pop this down. So now I can see where I need more dimensionals, and I need somewhere down here. But I don't want it to flop. But this way I can put them exactly where I want them to go. That's fine. Let's see up here where we need any more. I think one there maybe. And let's have a look here, somewhere here. And I tend to do this. This way I make sure I get the dimensionals just where I want them to be, not anywhere else. And I can see here I want something here before it flops down there. Oh, where's it gone? This is a great way to get backings all over the place. I think that's going to be enough as good as a feast. Let's try and corral some of these backings into the bin. I still find dimensional backings all over the house, however hard I try. I don't know about you, if it's the same for you. And then I'm just going to put some glue here where it meets the frame. If my glue wants to work, that is. It's been a bit gunged up, so I think it's going on a bit of a strike, but I haven't been looking after it properly. There we go. So just going to get a really good press down, make sure everything's sticking nicely. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So I'm just going to tuck this, there we go, underneath the frame. Isn't that gorgeous? Really happy with that. So now let's decide on a sentiment for this. And I'm going to use, I think, again, the Saying Something ephemera pack. And let's look for a sentiment together so I can show you this lovely pack. I've used quite a bit of it before. Let's see here. It gets lost a bit. What do you think? Could do Shine On. What do these say? Good vibes sent your way. Oh, that's lovely. I think that is perfect. So let's put this up on some dimensionals. And for this, I'm going to use some backings. So let's see. I mean some edges, I should rather say, not backings. I love edges. See, look at that, just perfect to pop that piece up. Waste not, want not. Just try and get this straight. Yeah, that will do. And let's have some bling. So let's see what bling we've brought up. They've got the iridescent faceted gems, and these are an online exclusive. So let's dot a few of these around, and these are gorgeous. And these match this paper absolutely beautifully. Really, really love this. And I'm going to keep to this diagonal here, I think. Let's do one more here, maybe. Yes, there we go. Perfect. So, what do you think of my two cards featuring the Thankful Garden stamps, dies, and matching stencil bundle from Stampin' Up? I hope you love these beautiful floral vibrant cards. If you do, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're wanting more information about the card, the supply list, the measurements, etc., it's all on the blog posts, and you'll find the link to that in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.